In fact, I went to my own farmer's market and spoke to the people there. The people who are directly affected by this bill, and not a single one of them said that they were worried about it. And these are the people whose livelihoods depend on their ability to sell their produce and other things at the farmers markets. When I actually went out and investigated for myself, I found that so many of the things I had been fed by the health gurus were just propaganda to further their own personal agendas. It was not actually truth. Again, the same level of consciousness that created these problems in the first place. Have you ever noticed that everybody believes they are doing the right thing? No matter what it is, everybody thinks they're right and will fight for what they believe. One person believes that all food should be genetically modified, another believes that all food should be natural and organic. But who is right? How can we know for sure? Can we really know for sure? Can we know with absolute certainty who is right and who is wrong? My personal opinion is that no, we cannot. Because we don't see the bigger picture. We only see a fragment of what is actually happening on a cosmic scale. Eckhart Tolle, a spiritually enlightened master, said it beautifully when he stated that the world is like a huge painting, and as human beings living in our minds, we only see a tiny fragment of the big picture, but we believe that tiny fragment to be the whole. That makes me feel lighter and rings true for me. What about you? The truth is that nobody has any idea about how this world works. Nobody knows how the sun rises, how life sustains itself, where the life force comes from, or even why the world exists. But we think we do, and we think we are right about so many things, while we truly have no idea what is going on. But the universe does know what's going on. Consciousness itself knows exactly how everything works. Who is responsible for sustaining all of life in this world? Is it us? Is it our government? Is it the people in power or the leaders of nations? No, none of them. Who is actually responsible is God. What is actually responsible for sustaining life on Earth is the consciousness that created it in the first place. But do we acknowledge this? Mostly not. We go on thinking we are right, never questioning our actions or respecting the consciousness that created everything. For all we know, on a cosmic scale, there might be a higher reason and purpose for this bill passing, as well as many of the other seemingly negative events in our world. We just don't know, and we must respect that. Personally, I have a deep, deep trust that the universe knows exactly what it's doing, and everything happens in perfect divine harmony. That makes me feel light, more alive, and inspires me. What about you? Surrender to the higher power of life and trust that it loves us and will protect us. Have enough courtesy to allow our world to unfold naturally. Don't worry, God is not that cruel. After all, we come from nature. We are nature. Nature is us. It literally designed us, and without it, we don't exist. So anything that comes from us comes from nature. All of our thoughts and our actions actually are nature at work. But we are so separate and disconnected from nature that we see ourselves as detached from it. That is the real problem. We don't see nature as us. We see it as a separate entity. So, The bill has passed, and it is in its final stages of becoming law. Whether we like it or not, that is the reality. But perhaps this is a blessing in disguise. I was watching a video by Osho, another enlightened spiritual master, and he had some very interesting things to say about illegalization that made me feel a lot lighter and gave me a lot of clarity about what may be going on. Osho says that whenever you start stopping something, you give great importance to it. It becomes a provocation, especially to the youth. Any prohibition is dangerous. Anytime you prohibit somebody from doing something, you tempt them into doing it at the same time. He said that in India, they have tried to prohibit alcohol many times. And each time they tried, the percentage of people who drank alcohol soared because of the prohibition. People even died because they got the drinks from defective sources and became sick. He said that not only did the people who already drank start to drink more, but even people who never drank before started to, because they were tempted because of the prohibition. Very interestingly, Osho says that if God had not prohibited Adam and Eve from eating from the tree of knowledge, maybe they would have never found the tree at all. There must have been millions of trees in the Garden of Eden, but because they were prohibited, they became tempted. Hearing Osho say these things makes me feel a lot lighter. How about you? So, maybe by outlawing organic foods, it will give it much more importance than it has now. Maybe by prohibiting people from eating natural foods, more people will be tempted to find out why it has been outlawed. Perhaps in the long run, we will see in retrospect a good reason why this bill was passed. I know this is a controversial issue. This video is not designed to align and agree with any view, or resist and react to any view or stance. I am simply making this video to shed some light on this issue, and share what I am aware of that will hopefully ease the minds and the hearts of so many people out there who have become fearful because of S510 and all of the propaganda around it. I've always been an optimist by nature. Don't forget about all of the amazing things that the United States of America has created in the world. Yes, we have wars and oil spills and corruption, but at the same time civilization has advanced in many, many ways because of what this country has produced and worked so hard to create. Don't forget about all the amazing music and movies and books and the millions upon millions of people who have fled to the USA to become free of the shackles forced upon them from wherever they came from. Don't forget to acknowledge the positive things about this world too. We have come a long way. It was less than 150 years ago that slavery was legal in this country. Did you forget that? Life is a circle. The universe is round, and so is everything else. And when the universe expands, it must do so in every direction, not just in one. In order to have more light, there must be more darkness too. In order to have more good in the world, there must be every possibility for the bad as well. Otherwise, balance is lost, and quite frankly, it's just not fair. So I thank you for listening, and I hope that this message resonates with you. Remember, every thought, feeling, and emotion that we have goes out into the world and attracts what matches it and brings it back into our own existence. So choose your thoughts carefully. Once again, my name is Q, and you've been watching The Guru, of You TV show, empowering you to become the guru of your own life at theguruofyou.com. Thank you, and namaste.
Be the guru.